I have the lovely Suzi Manley up next, and Suzi's going to be discussing with us building an online community. Now, Suzi has the most amazing communities. I've been a member of them all, even her TV. She's got a TV. I'll let her explain it. It's better. It's like live videos, and it's an amazing platform, and I absolutely love it. So a little bit about Suzi before I bring her on. For the most part of 30 years, Suzi's been her own boss, and she's absolutely loved it. She bought her first business when she was 21, and she loved having the freedom and creativity needed to grow her businesses and connect with her clients doing it her way. And she learned many, many hard lessons along the way. So fast forward to now, Suzi has created an amazing online community of small business owners from all over Australia. She is holding her, I think, 5th virtual expo. No, this will be her 6th one. It's coming up soon. And has created a fantastic and fast-growing 5-foot rope membership that enables small business owners to connect, learn, and grow both on and offline. And she absolutely loves what she does. I can vouch for that. She's so bubbly and just so full of confidence. I absolutely adore Suzi. And we met a couple of years ago, I think, or 3 years ago. And I've been following her ever since. She's an amazing human. Today, Suzi will be sharing how to find your ideal clients and grow your online community organically so that you surround yourself with the right people for your business. And she will show you a few tips and tricks to fast track the whole process as well. And I know Suzi's into all sorts of apps and gadgets and things lately. And I am actually in one of her memberships, and I love what she shares. Suzi is she just shares so much. She shares, I can't even explain how much. She's just so heart-centered and so giving that, you'd be very blessed to have her in your life.
Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. How are you, Rose?
I'm very well, Suzi. I've just been espousing your virtues.
Thank you, my lovely. That's awesome. It's fantastic to be here. What an incredible event that you have put on. It is just awesome.
Oh, thank you. I was just trying to explain about your TV channel, and I couldn't, for the life of me, think about. It's called 5-Foot Rope TV.
It is. Yeah, so how it works, well, the concept actually I came up with it, well, I did not. It was actually some, with things evolving with Facebook and things like this, and speaking to different people about how lives worked, and this is back in 2019, I thought, okay, well, what if I get everyone to do their lives? Because everyone was saying, well, I put a live out there, but no one watches it, no one sees it, I don't, and we didn't know as much. We didn't know how powerful they were sort of back then, and a lot of people were worried about doing them. So I thought, okay, well, what if we all do our lives in the same place? So I got everyone to do their live show, like a TV show every week, week in, week out, on my 5-Foot Rope page. And the organic reach on it and the engagement and interaction just went through the roof. Was absolutely fantastic. And then unfortunately COVID hit us, and everyone sort of ran for the hills, and I sort of shut it down for a little while because, as you know, I do networking events and expos and things like that, and all that got shut down too. So while we were doing it, I had about 15 or 20 people jump onto the program with me to do 5-Foot Rope TV. And because we were all doing our lives on the page, and we were setting the events up on the page and inviting people and all this activity on the page, obviously the algorithms, those dreaded algorithms we hear about, were kicking in and just putting us in front of more and more and more people. So the reach of these lives was absolutely brilliant, and a lot better than we were getting on our own, which was fantastic. So yeah, and I'm kicking that off again this year and hoping to get some, a few more people want to come and present every week and have their TV show on their page as well as on 5-Foot Rope.
Yeah, I know. I was one of the founding members of
You
of
were.
Five Wet Break TV when it first started, and
Yes.
yeah, I dabbled a little bit this year, and then I just found it was too time consuming, so
Yeah.
I gave it away. But yeah,
I think, yeah,
but
you have
as a
you have to do it.
member, a
Yeah.
member of your a 5 foot rope, you get a free 30
Hour.
minutes.
Yeah, so if you're a gold member, that's only $25 a month, amongst other things, softwares and a lot of other stuff, your networking events and things, you get an hour a week. So you can split it up. You can do 2 half hours, or, you know, 4 15 minutes or whatever it is. I know Kay Hamilton, she would do 10 minutes every morning, 6 days a week. And just, you know, I used to say, start my day with Kay, and she'd get on and just give her thoughts for the morning. And, you know, she does essential oils and things like that. So, and yet others would want to go just live for half an hour. Some would want to do their full hour. And then if you're a platinum member, which is $97 a month, again, you know, along with it, all the other advantages of being a part of that that membership, one of those advantages is a platinum member gets 2 hours a week that they can split up to however they want. But I think it's just getting yourself out there on a different platform and putting yourself in front of a new audience, you know, which is what we're always trying to do.
It's a no-brainer, really. I mean, memberships are so inexpensive, and the benefits that you get from them are amazing.
Yeah, no, I love my membership. It's taken me probably 12, 18 months, Rose, as you know, to sort of get it right. And so I did keep it to small numbers. I've been keeping the membership to small numbers to make sure that the package I'm putting together for people is, you know, a really good fit. And so, yeah, we've, you know, and I wanted to make them as affordable as possible so that everyone could come and join us and be part of our, you know, our networking events and our virtual expos and the other stuff that we've got going on.
I've seen such a metamorphosis of you over the last 3 or 4 years. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? COVID, you know, so many people, especially business owners, so many people were, you know, so adversely affected by COVID, which was just heartbreaking. But for my business, it sort of took me in a little bit of a different direction, which actually turned out to be an absolutely fantastic thing. And I'm now embracing the virtual, you know, the virtual platform, which I love. Took me a little while to get used to it because I get my energy from a room of people. And, you know, at our networking events, we were getting 30 and 40 people to our networking events. And so that sort of took me a little while to find my feet with the virtual networking events and things like that. But yeah, now it's, you know, I think I've got that combination right. And you know, so we're going to be kicking off and getting a lot more people into our membership, and we've got so many inquiries every day, which is awesome. We've got new people joining every day, and you know, we're going to be smashing out some fantastic virtual events, which is great because then everyone can join.
Absolutely. Suzi, tell us a little bit more how to build an online community.
This is my happy place, Rose. I love it. As I said, it took me a little while to sort of get into it, but I my entire business is on Facebook. My networking events and my small business expos obviously were in person, and again, COVID, you know, decided that it had different plans for me. So you know, so now I've gone completely virtual with my events and my expos. And so to be able to do that, to be able to get people to come along to these events, you might set up an event and it's great. You know, you might want to put your business on Facebook and it might be a fantastic business. But if you don't have anyone there that's seeing your stuff, then, you know, it's as useful as a chocolate teapot, really, isn't it? So, you know, we need to make sure that what we're doing is surrounding ourselves with the right people for our business, right? The right people for us, the right people for our business. And you do that by creating an online community. You know, and I think it's, I don't know about you, Rose, but I find, I mean, do you sort of, are you mainly, I know you do your podcast, but when you're online with social media, do you mainly concentrate on Facebook, or do you concentrate on other platforms, like the majority of your social media interaction? What platform would you use?
I use Facebook mainly, but I do use LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get into YouTube, but yeah, look, you know, I'm the Facebook person. My whole business is on Facebook. I do a bit on Instagram, but That's only because you click a button, you click a little box on Facebook when you post something, and it posts it straight to you know, to Instagram. So on, but I love Facebook. You know, we saw it from the beginning, from when it all started, and we've sort of grown with it. And you know, it's been a massive learning curve. And when you think, you know, it's really only been what Facebook started 2004, 2005. You know, they started bringing things in. It really started taking off around the 2008. It's really not been a long time that, you know, feels like we've had Facebook there forever, but it's really not been a long time that, you know, it's been a part of our lives. And there's a couple of reasons why I love building an online community on Facebook. And guys, if you're watching this and you're wondering why Facebook, you know, like you might say, well, you know what, I'm on TikTok, or I'm on, you know, Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever it is. But to me, Facebook is a no-brainer for my business. And if people say, well, you know what, my ideal client isn't hanging out on Facebook, I'll challenge you with that. And this is why. Because when you think about it, we've got 7 billion people in the world, okay? 2.936 billion of them are active every month on Facebook, right? So that's 37% of the Earth's population, and 67% of those people log in every single day. Now, if those numbers don't blow you away, I'm going to take it a step further. Let's take China out of the equation for no other reason, but China don't have Facebook. Okay, now there's 1 billion people in China. So we'll take China out of these equations, out of these numbers. That leaves us with approximately 6 billion people on our little rock that we live on. And so that actually takes that number, excuse me, that 37% of the Earth's population, that actually jumps it up to 59% of the Earth's population. So you have to think about that. 59% of the people who are on our rock are on Facebook, and 67% of them are logging in every single day. So, you know, that's why I say, you know, I'll challenge people who say, well, my ideal client isn't hanging out on Facebook. I guarantee they pretty well are. You just need to find them. Okay, there's ways to do that. So to build your online community, it's really important to start with that you know who your ideal avatar is. You know, I mean, we talk about it all the time. You know, you need to know who the right person is for you and your business. So I always like to use a very good friend of mine, Deborah King. Deb is a menopause coach, amongst other things, but she works with women going through menopause. You know, and so for Deb, her ideal avatar probably wouldn't be a 24-year-old young woman. It wouldn't be a guy to start with, unless, sorry, there's my little dog, you know, unless she's working with husbands that have survived their wives' menopause. That's a whole, I think they all deserve a t-shirt and a gold star and you know, probably a lot of scotch. But, you know, so the men wouldn't be her ideal avatar. A 25-year-old woman wouldn't be her ideal avatar. A 70-year-old woman wouldn't be her ideal avatar. Now, I'm not saying there's not women in those age groups that don't go through menopause. There are. But her ideal avatar would be probably somewhere between 40, 45 to 55 to 60, and would be female. So Deb needs to know that so that she can niche down her message. She can get her message right. She knows who she's talking to. Does that make sense, Rose?
Yep, absolutely. Yes.
So,
I'm with you so far. You haven't lost me.
So, you know, I always like to say, if we talk to everyone, we talk to no one. You know, so we've got to get our message right. And the only way you do that is by knowing who you're talking to. You know, you need to know you know, where they live. Okay. Do they speak English? That's a big one, right? Do they speak English? Because if your ideal avatar is in a country where English isn't their first language, then you need to make sure that you translate your message. All right. And so there's so many different things in there that you need to take into consideration. But basically, you need to know who that ideal avatar is. Give them a name. Frank, Anastasia, Vladimir, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Know what they look like. Know where they're at. Know, you know, everything you can about them, what their income is. Do they have kids? Do they like tea or coffee? Do they like dogs or cats? You can go right down into as much detail as you possibly can, as long as you know who they are. Because once you know who they are, you know where they're hanging out. Okay, so, you know, if they're a lot younger generation, then odds are they're probably hanging out a lot more in different mediums. Now, I love Facebook. Everyone's on Facebook. Okay, nearly everyone's on Facebook. But if you're targeting 17 or 18-year-olds, you might want to put your energies into TikTok. okay, or Snapchat maybe. I don't know. Is Snapchat still a thing?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is.
So, but you get where I'm coming from. So you have to know your ideal avatar. Then you have to know where they're hanging out. And then you have to know how you can help them. What solution do you have that's going to solve a problem for them? And then you know how to talk to them. And by doing all of those things, and obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but by doing a lot of those things, you can structure your message and you can go and then connect with those people. And I do that on Facebook with automated software that I have. It goes through and it finds my ideal client, and it sends them a message and sends them a friend's request, sends them a message. But I think the biggest way or the biggest and fastest way that you can grow your online community so that you're surrounding yourself with those people who are right for you and your audience, you and your business, is in Facebook groups, guys. We're in a Facebook group right now, right, Rose?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And they are so powerful, Facebook groups. So if you find, like for me, my ideal client are business owners. Okay, I work with business owners. I help them connect. I help them learn. I help them grow in their business, through putting themselves out there, through networking events, virtual expos, virtual retreats. And so I would go into business groups. Okay, if your ideal client are bird watchers, you would go into the bird watchers groups and you would join those groups and you would create a presence in those groups. Don't go into the groups and start selling, okay, because you'll get kicked out the group to start with, but people won't connect with you. You need to connect with people. And the way you do that is this. When you go into the group and you've been in there a little while and you've, created a bit of a presence in there by adding value into the group, okay, go in, and at the top of the group, there's a little magnifying glass. Jump into that. It's a little search box. Jump into there and put in how, what, why, when, where. What you're looking for in that group is you're looking for posts where people are asking questions, because you should be an expert in whatever your niche is, which is why you're in that particular group. So if you're an expert in birds and your ideal clients are bird watchers, then you want to let them know that you are an expert in the field of birds. So you go into that bird watching group and you go and look for those posts where people are asking a question and you go and answer their question. You connect with them, add value. Don't go and put links in there to your website. Don't put links in there to your group or to your page, or number one, the admins will kick you out, okay? But you want to connect with that person and add value to that person. So for an example, I asked a question about, I think it was about solar. We got solar panels on, and I was asking questions about, what do you call it? Energy providers, right? And I said, who do you guys recommend, or whatever it was? And some people just went in and put, whatever the name of the energy, ABC Energy and 123 Energy and da, da, da. There was two people that went in there and put in-depth answers to my question. They're the ones I connected with. They're the ones that I chatted to because they put an in-depth question in there. They showed me that they knew a fair bit about what they were talking about, that they took the time to answer my question and added a lot of value and helped me a lot, obviously, in the question that I was asking. So if you are an expert in your field and you go into the group where all the people in the group are your ideal avatar, then let them know that you're an expert in that room too. And do that by giving in-depth answers to people's questions. And that's how you connect with people. And once you start doing that, then you can connect with them outside of that group. And like I said, I have the software that automates that for you. And we'll go into groups and find people with keywords, and then we'll send them a friend's request as well as a little personalized message. It's a great way to build up that 5,000 friends list that we have. You're allowed 5,000 friends on Facebook, but that you fill that friends list up with people who are in that ideal avatar. All right, and then they're going to engage with you and they're going to interact with you, and your experience on Facebook, your reach on Facebook, and your connection on Facebook is going to be a lot more positive for you and your business. And that's how you go about starting to grow those online communities. And then you can go and start your own group and invite those people, because they're already your ideal avatar, invite them into your group, because out of those 3 billion people on that are active every month on Facebook, 2 billion of them are in groups. And Facebook love groups, and so they give you really good reach in. You reach inside a group, and a lot of times isn't very good, but that's how you run your group, is to lifting that. I think it's about 5 or 7% in a group is your organic reach. But there's ways to build that organic reach in the group and create a lot more activity. So, you know, so does that sort of help paint that little that picture there, Rose, as to how to start, you know, growing that online community?
Yep, and I was just going to say before about your app that you have to help with the organic reach and, you know, finding your avatar. Suzi also offers training on how to use it, so it's not like, oh, here's the app and you know, off you go. Suzi also has live videos that she has done and recorded that yeah, to show you how to use them, which is really, really helpful.
Yeah, they are. They're great, you know, and I love any automated software. I'm a bit of a closet techie head. I love anything automated because, you know, we spend a lot of time online, and when you're doing things like that, like, you know, trying to find people to connect with, send them a friend's request, send them a personalized message, it can take a lot of time, you know, to find them to start with and go and check them out and have a look at them. If you've got something doing that for you in the background, because you should be sending out, you know, 20 to 30 friends requests every day. And, you know, if you've got something doing that for you in the background, you can go and spend time doing, you know, other things, whether it's spend time with your family and other aspects of your business, whatever it is. And, you know, and then we also have the software that removes people off your.
Yeah, I've got that. I've used it. I had nearly 2,000 friends, and I did a big cleanup, and now I've only got 400. And so
I did that. I had, I think, 3,500. I think I'm down to like 1,200. So now I've got to go and get my other software and start building it up.
Yeah,
again.
me too. Yeah.
But did you find that your reach, your organic reach, lifted dramatically once you sort of got rid of all those people that weren't interacting with you?
No, not so much the reach, but the people that I wanted to reach out to were starting to come up in my feed.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
So people I hadn't seen for a while, even though they'd had maybe had a like or something, you know, some time ago, but they've had some interaction with a post. I kept all those ones that lost, at least that, you know, had done one interaction. I didn't care how many interactions, as long as they'd done one, and kept all of those. Yeah, but I noticed that other people, I could see their posts in my newsfeed now, which was a lot better.
Yeah, it makes such a huge difference, doesn't it? And that's why, you know, I always say to people, it's so important with that 5,000 friends, because they go, I can have 5,000 friends, we'll just friend everyone, because that's what I did when I first got on Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
I loved everybody. I'm like, yeah, I'll be your friend. I don't care. I'll friend this one, I'll friend that one. I'll friend it all over the place. And, you know, but no one saw any of my stuff because I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah, same.
Then. But, you know, and it was like, oh, I've got, you know, 4,000 friends. It's like, yeah, but I didn't know any of them. I didn't see any of their stuff. They didn't see mine. Whereas now I've gone through and culled that right down. I did the same in my 540 Business Connective group. I went from, I think, 14 or 1,500, and I think I'm down to about 650 members in that group. And people are seeing the stuff. People are engaging and interacting a lot more in, you know, in the posts that we do on our theme days. And so it's better to be in an environment where, you know, you can jump into these groups that have got, you know, 80, 90, 100,000 people or more, but no one will see your stuff, or you're not seeing other people's stuff. And you want to go into those groups to connect. So it's not always better to be in a big group. Sometimes it's better to be in the smaller groups. It's the engagement that you want, because that's where you start building your, you know, your online communities. And if you do it in the right way, it can be super powerful. And, you know, if you use things like automated software, then it's not as time consuming, and you can spend your time doing what it is that, you know, that you're really good at, which is normally, you know, looking after your clients and taking care of your business. So,
I've got a few questions about groups, because, as you know, I've had a few, and I found them really time consuming. How can we, as business owners, automate a lot of the stuff that's in there, so that we're not constantly having to go in there and, you know, see what our engagement or our reach is?
Yeah, Yeah, I think automation. Okay, so automation is obviously the big word. Automate as much as you can. So to start with, you want the right people in your group. All right. So you know, as you know, if you invite people into your group, if you're an admin of a group and you invite people in, they will automatically be accepted into your group. So what you want to do is set your group up with your page, your business page. You don't have to have a business page to set up a group, just saying, but you always want 2 or 3 admins. Okay, so my business page, 5 Foot Rope, is my admin, and I was an admin, and I've got my partner Troy as an admin. I've now taken my personal one off the admin because that's who I want to invite. I'm using my personal one to invite people into the group, and I don't want them approved straight away because I want to make sure they're right for my group. Then that's when you set up your 3 questions. I'm sure you've seen them, okay? And you capture that information. I use a software called Group Leads for that. I think it's like $127 US a year, which is nothing. And that gives you 4 groups. And so what it will do is it will go through, and when you go through and you click who you want to approve, that as long as they've answered the 3 questions, once you've approved them, it will tag them in a welcome post. It will send them a personalized message to say, hey, Rose, welcome to the group. You might want to point out a few things to them. So you're connecting with them off the bat with that Group Leads. It's a fantastic bit of software. I love it. It's brilliant. So I use that. But then once you're in the group, Facebook actually give you all the scheduling and planning tools, you know, that you need to be able to go and schedule all your posts. And yeah, so Facebook actually give you a planning planning software. Yeah, within Facebook, which is brilliant. I use it because I've got you know, we've all got schedulers, right? Content schedulers, but the one on Facebook for your page and for your groups is absolutely fantastic. So definitely utilize that to start with. So what I normally do is I go through and sort of, you know, I have theme days. So that's always a great way to create activity in your group. So I go and set up the theme day so that every morning it posts a thing to let everyone know what the theme day is for that day. And then from there, it's just a matter of, you know, just keeping an eye. Once you're on Facebook, jump in and have a look and make sure everyone's doing the right thing. You can set, if it's a bigger group, people are getting a bit out of control, you can set things to require approval before posting. So, you know, but that does create a lot more work. Or you can actually set things to say, right, if this post has certain words in it, then it will remove it straight away. If this post has, you know, I've been really lucky in the 5 Foot Rope group. So I sort of laid the rules down from the get-go that, you know, respect and kindness were our 2 rules. And, you know, when people don't stick to that, they get one chance, and then I just kick them out of my group. If they don't want to fill the questions in and give me their email address, then they don't get let into the group. And I think that you have the right to ask that. I provide a lot of value in my groups. I provide a platform for business owners to connect with other business owners, which could lead to, you know, who knows what, collaborative projects, could lead to all sorts. So I think it's only fair to expect people to answer those questions and to, you know, provide my email address. I'm not going to abuse it, obviously. I don't spam them or anything like that. But, you know, I think if you're going to go and go into a group, because people do give their time to run these groups, you know, answer the questions, guys. Give them your email address. You know, if they do start spamming you, you just unsubscribe. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, so it does take a little bit of time. But I think the key is to make sure that you lay those ground rules hard and fast. Having theme days is always good, so you don't have people advertising in your group all the time, because they'll turn it into a classifieds. So, you know, I have Wednesday in my free group, in my Business Connective. Wednesday is our promo day. So if anyone promotes any days outside of that in any way, shape or form, I just remove it. And it's, you know, it's pretty easy. Make sure you set up your notifications so that you can see everything coming through. So, you know, there's a few things that you can put into place that help you manage those groups. You're right, it is a bit time consuming, but by using those tools, you can definitely bring, you know, bring that effort down a lot.
And setting boundaries as the owner or admin of that group too is really important. As you say, if they can't be bothered giving you the information that you require, then why are they there?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I always say, if you're coming into my house, you'll wipe your feet at the door. It's my house, my rules. So if you don't want to do that, then don't come into my house. And and my group is my house. That's my home. So you want to come and hang out in my home, then these are the rules. And if you don't want to follow that, that's fine. Go and find another group. But I think, I've got a mate of mine who runs a group. He's got about, across his groups, he's got about 130,000 members. But in his main group, it's called Kahoo World Rugby. Absolutely incredible group. If you love your sports, go and find this group. In the main group, he's got, I think, 93 or 97,000 people in the group. And I call it the utopia of groups, because it is the most respectful. It's the most informative. It's like an online sports newspaper. It's unbelievable. He has got an 85% engagement rate in this group.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's 85 to 90% engagement rate in this group, because what he did was he set the ground rules, like you said, Rose, from the get-go. He made sure that he monitored it. He made sure he, checked out the people that were coming into the group. He trusted, and another thing you can do is, give a shout out to people who are, interacting, engaging. You can do badges and things like that. And so his group has grown over the last couple of years, just unbelievably. And I've learned a lot of my stuff off him. He's my friend's name's Dave Goodenough. Known him since I was about 19. And this group is just unbelievable. And he's got people in there, he's got people like Dave Campese and Richie McCaw. And if you know your rugby, you'll know who those guys are. He's got soccer players in there. He's got, a lot of the women rugby players, the women hockey players, the women rugby league players. He's got so many of these guys in there. It's become one of the I think it's probably the best sporting groups on Facebook. So he's created a fantastic community of people who genuinely love their sport, but they're doing it in a respectful way. And I think that's why he does get the big names in there, because they know that they can go and post or comment, and they're not going to get smashed by people, because he's on that straight away. So I think laying those ground rules down is super important to create a safe space in these groups.
I follow the Hugh Jackman, the blue tick page, the official page, and I've posted a couple of comments, and then you get these spammy blokes that said, "Oh, you've won a prize, go over to my Facebook page and claim it." And
it puts you off.
It does. Or I get that I've been in some groups and they're public groups, and you post something and you get these dating, I really love your profile, let's be friends. I hate them. I mean, how sleazy is that?
It's like, oh, I can't send you a friend's request, but I'd really like you to send one to me. It's like, dude, does this ever work ever? It's just...
I've had a few of those. I've even had one on his site. It's just amazing. It's really yuck.
Yeah, it's funny, like I was on a Zoom call the other week. We were coming into an event, and sort of all the people involved in this event was in this call, and one of the people in there sort of said, oh, if you want to connect with, just go into these groups and just friend everybody. And I'm just sitting there going, I think my face actually changed. I'm like, don't do that. Because number one, it's creepy to just go and friend everybody. Number two, you'll get kicked out, right? Anything. Speed is not your friend on Facebook. So if you just go through and then they're going to kick you out. I think if you friend people in the right way, but that's what I love about, the software that I have, is you put in the keywords of the people you want to connect with. And so what I do with mine is I put in, business owner, operator, CEO, founder, things like that. And you can put in negative keywords. So managers or works at. Nothing wrong with that. They're just not my ideal client. Crypto, Bitcoin, same thing. Nothing against them, but they're just not my ideal client. And so anyone with those things in their profile, it won't send them a friend's request. But with the other things, the positive keywords, then they will. So it sends them a friend's request, but also a personalized message that'll say, you know, hey, Rose, and it will only send it to people who you have friends in common.
Mm.
So it gets rid of that icky factor, you know, and it'll say, hey, Rose, I noticed we had quite a few mutual friends. I'm looking to surround myself with positive and forward-thinking business owners. I've sent you a friend's request. I hope you choose to connect. Have a great day.
Mm.
And so even when they come back to me, if they, you know, accept my request, I don't go back to them, go, oh, here's my link and go and look at my page and here's my website and you know,
I know the worst the messages you get. You know, someone sends you a friend request, you say you look at their profile, you think, oh yeah, they could be helpful, or you know, bring value to whatever it is I'm doing. The next thing you know, you get a message. Please join my group. Please buy this product. Please buy this service. I think, you know, within like a day, I think that is so sleazy, and it's not the way to do business.
No.
It's not even dating. It's just marrying first up and bloody piss off.
It's like, you got to buy me a coffee first, seriously. But I always say, you know, it's like walking up to someone on the street and going, hey, here's my pen. Do you want to buy my pen? Here's my pen. No, it's a really good pen. Come buy my pen. No, you just buy it. It's really good. You want it. Look at it. It's really pretty. It's got a red thing on here and it's got.
I know.
But and people are going to go, get away from me, you weirdo.
Yeah, I usually unfriend them straight away. I just think
I do the same.
It's just it's icky.
Yeah.
Who's ever taught them how to do that really should be shot.
And you know, the stupid part is Messenger is one of the most powerful little tools we have in our marketing kit. But use it at your own peril. And funnily enough, I have the software for that will send out bulk messages in Messenger, but you're targeting the people you're sending the messages to. Because you're labeling them and you're tagging them. And so you go, okay, well, you know what? I want to send messages to people just in my business academy or in my business connective, or who are.
Or if they're a new friend, you don't send them a sleazy marketing message.
Right. And so you just connect with them. I've got a little thing there, a birthday wisher, and it automatically sends people a birthday, you know, on their birthday. The amount of people I get come back, because I put a nice little quote and then a funny little picture, you know, the amount of people that will come and go, oh, that's great. Thank you so much, Susie. And I say, hey, not a problem. My pleasure. I hope you're having an awesome day. I don't send them a link to my website or my latest, whatever. People will go and check you out, which is why you should have your personal profile set up correctly. Okay. People will go and check you out and have a look at what it is that you do. And so if you connect with them in the right way and you build that online community in the right way, then it'll be an organic step to be able to connect with them in a business sense. And they'll go and look at your stuff. And, you know, so you put your stuff out there, great, but you don't hammer people through Messenger or, you know, whatever it is. And so there's a way to do it. But I think connection is the first thing to do, and not walk up to them going, buy my pen, buy my pen, buy my pen. You know, it's let's get together, let's have a coffee, let's have a chat, let's do a Zoom, let's, you know, and get to know them. Do it from a genuine place. And I think people will respond a lot better to you.
Yeah, and make sure that your profile, your personal page, your personal profile is set up so people can see the type of person you are. I don't know how many times people have sent me a friend request, and the last thing they posted was in 2021.
Yeah,
July.
Or they have it set to private.
What's the point?
Anyone who sends me a friend's request, if their profile is set to private, it is an automatic decline from me.
Yeah, or if they haven't posted in, like, I can't see a post that is in the past week, then they don't get accepted either. I think it's ridiculous. Why would you do that? Invite people if you don't want them to get to know who you are.
That's it. And to me, it's not coming from a genuine place. So they're obviously just on there to, you know, sell you something, market to you, whatever it is.
But I think so too.
I think if you go in and you see what they're doing, you will go and check them out. You'll go and have a look at their, you know, their business page if you're interested in business. Have a look through, you know, what they have on their timeline. And so, you know, if you do that in the right way, then that community that you set up around yourself on Facebook with those 5,000 friend slots becomes very, very profitable. And, you know, like then that's why I go back to what I said in the beginning. Anyone who says to me, well, my ideal client isn't on Facebook, unless your ideal client is a child, but obviously children have parents, you know, but if your ideal client, I challenge you that your ideal client isn't hanging out on Facebook, because you will find them. And there's millions of them, even 65 and above. I think there was a 20-something% increase in people 65 and above joining Facebook. In the first quarter of this year, we had nearly 25 million active users join Facebook.
Wow.
That's the population of Australia.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that was just in the first quarter. So, you know, so to me, hanging out on Facebook is a no-brainer. LinkedIn's great. I sort of say LinkedIn is Facebook in a suit. You know,
it is. It is.
You know, so it's a different message that you would put out on LinkedIn. But for me personally, I like Facebook. I'm a friendly person. I'm a personable person. I like being very relaxed. I like, you know, getting out there, having a bit of fun, getting my message across, obviously, but doing it in a way that it's very personal. I know the people in my membership. I know the people in my groups. I know the people on my friends list. You know, and I love connecting with them. And I think if you come from that space, then I think people will be more inclined to connect with you and want to know a bit more about you. And that's how you build your a valuable online community.
There's other things too about going to someone's personal profile. And it says you've got so many mutual friends. And if a lot of these friends are high profile, you can almost guarantee that they've just done it because they're high profile and they're not actually Facebook friends, especially if you go through their timeline and they haven't liked or posted anything.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you learn pretty quickly what to look for, don't you, as to whether or not the profile's genuine or whether they're, you know, dodgy as rat with a gold tooth, and, you know, they're from some obscure country in the middle of nowhere, and, you know, there's, but I think we tend to work it out fairly quickly if you've spent enough time, you know, on social media, on any social media platform. And I think it's always good that if you are running a business on social media platforms, to absolutely educate yourself in how to look for those little warning signs, you know, as you said, you know, and how to go and find who you do want to connect with and who, you know, has got the possibility of becoming, you know, maybe an ideal client. And obviously doing lives like this is also a brilliant way to connect with the right people.
It is, absolutely. Yes, you can't go past doing I mean, this summit has been amazing. The people that have put their hand up to speak on it, it's I'm beyond anything I'm beyond grateful. It's been, I don't know, I can't even describe it. It's just, people have just come out and just said, I want to, and they've all turned up, which is another thing that's amazing.
And it's fantastic that, you know, people want to genuinely, you know, share value, you know, and help people, genuinely help people. And I think, you know, if you have that community around you, like you've built around you, which is why people, you know, jumped at this opportunity, then I think that's a fantastic way to run your business. I think it makes for a much more pleasant day when you're surrounding yourself with these positive people who want to jump on platforms like this business summit, this virtual business summit, and, you know, share their expertise, share their knowledge, and, you know, and connect with people. I think it's fantastic. I think the fact that we have access to this virtual platform is just incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I've got my 6th virtual expo coming up in December. The virtual expos have just taken off like wildfire.
They have, so popular.
Yeah, and Ali Sugars, I think, was one of your speakers. Was it earlier today or later on?
Today.
Earlier today. So yeah, Ali she was involved in my virtual expos from 2020, and she came to me and said, look, Suze, I'd really love to run a virtual expo for my network. And I went, knock yourself out. Awesome. So we absolutely support each other, even though Ali and I do very similar things. Our businesses are very similar. You know, we absolutely support each other in what it is that we do. So Ali's virtual expo is coming up on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November. Mine is coming up on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of December, and it costs $45 to be involved in these expos. And the 3 days of doing similar to this, you're able to go and do your live. You do your 3 posts every day in a captive audience group. I've got about 1,500 people. That'll be around 2,000 by the time December comes. And they're a fantastic way to get your business out there. And coming into the event, I also run the networking events and things like that for stallholders, so you can connect with other business owners, and that helps you grow your network, your online network. And I think they're absolutely a fantastic opportunity to connect with people all over the world. I mean, you think about it, Rose, you're in Tassie, I'm in Brizzy, and we've connected with each other, all those years ago, and support each other in what we're doing. I think, the fact that you're, Talking with the Experts podcast has got such an incredible audience. I remember sitting there listening to your numbers on one of your lives, and I'm just sitting there going, what? Like that, the numbers were just amazing. And the fact that you'd put yourself out there and done something that, you'd never done before, and it was sort of something, a completely different direction for you to take your business, but you've grabbed it and you've just run with it like Forrest Gump, and you've just taken off, and now you're teaching people how to, set up their own podcasts. And I think that's fantastic. And we wouldn't have had that opportunity without
the virtual world. That's spot on. Now, Ali alluded to your retreat in January. Would you like to give it another plug?
Absolutely, we're so excited. This came about, because as I said, we really support each other, and we're always chatting about different things. And again, Ali's down in Adelaide, I call it Mexico, and I'm up here in Brizzy, she calls it Canada. So and we were chatting on Zoom, and we sort of got talking about the virtual space, and I said I'd really love to do like a 2-day thing where it's really personal, like really like a retreat. Like you go away to a retreat, you go to some mountain resort and it costs you thousands of dollars and all the rest of it. And I said, yeah, but let's do it virtually. And Ali just went, absolutely, I'm in, which is what I love about Ali. She's like, I'm there. And so we sort of, said, okay. And within, I think, a couple of days, we'd come up with the structure and everything. So how it works is that it's Ali and Suzi's virtual retreat, and we're running it over 2 days on the 18th and 19th of January. And we have 2 full days of us sharing an incredible amount of value. Everything from content creation, how to do lives, how to network properly, marketing, sales, finding your ideal client. Ali's going to start each day with a meditation. I said to her, I'll be meditating in the corner with the Baileys, because that's my meditation. Nothing wrong with putting Baileys in your morning coffee, people. But and then we have a networking event every evening, just as you would at an in-person retreat. But we're going to be able to have people from all over Australia or New Zealand, all over the world, wherever they want to come from. But we're going to have 2 days that'll be absolutely ridiculously jam-packed with an amazing amount of value. So the cost is ridiculous as well. It actually really is. Like, it's just like the value over the 2 days is about $1,600 of masterclasses and sessions. And then, so you can buy a general ticket to that. And we started the general tickets at $97. They're worth about $297, but we started them at, that's a full price ticket. Sorry, full price ticket's $297. We started them at $97. And for everyone that bought a ticket, it jumps $5. Okay. And so that's going up all the time. So if anyone wants to, get more information on that, just throw general in the comments of this live and I'll connect with you. But then we have our VIP bundle, which is just insane amount of value. There's about $6,500 worth of, things that we've thrown into this package that are, courses and packages and collections and software, and it's just absolutely insane. There's about $6,500 worth. So the full price ticket for the VIP is $497. And what we did is we started them at $197, which is a $300 saving. And for every person that bought a ticket, it jumped $10. Okay, so they'll also get a lifetime access to all the recordings over the 2 days in a members only site. So there's a lot of stuff on there. So if anyone's interested in that, throw VIP in the comments and I'll connect with you as well. And I can give you a link to the presentation that Ali and I did, so you know exactly what's involved in the couple of days and what's involved in the VIP bundle or package. And yeah, we're so excited, Rose. As you know, I'm really big on being able to provide people with something that's affordable for everybody, for, you know, micro to small businesses. And you know, this is a brilliant way to do that. I've been on a million webinars, as you probably have too, where people go, we've got $50,000 worth of value and we're going to give it to you for $7, and you just know that it's not $50,000 worth of value. You know, so but if they want you to go to their retreat or their 2-day workshop, whatever, you know, you're paying thousands of dollars. So, you know, I think that the prices that we've come up with, even our full ticket prices of $297 for the general and $497 for the VIP, I think they're, you know, a no-brainer.
More than reasonable for what you get. So I went to the live presentation, and honestly, the value that that Suzi and Ali are giving as far as courses and content really is absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's worth every penny that you spend. Yeah,
we're super excited about it, and thank you for letting me share it with everybody. Yeah, no, we're super, and I'm so excited about working with Ali. I love Ali. I love what she does.
You and her are so similar. It's
scary. She cracks me up, you know. But
it'd be scary to have you both in the same room at the same
time.
I
know. It would just be a bit off the Richter. But you know, Ali comes from a place of genuinely wanting to help people, and
heart-centered like you.
Yeah, I just really connected with her on that level. And you know, so to be able to do this together, you know, is just an absolute pleasure. What a great way to run business. I love it. So I'm really excited. So 18th and 19th of January. So come and join us. We're super excited about it.
Don't forget to put general and VIP in the comments, and Suzi will get back to you about that.
Absolutely will. So, and we'll probably throw more stuff in. We were talking about it yesterday. I said to Ali, I keep coming across all this other stuff. And I go, oh, I could include that. I could include that in the VIP bundle. So guys, by the time we actually send you this stuff, there's probably going to be a heap more other stuff in there. It'll be fantastic.
If Ali's got her way, it probably will.
It'll be so great. I love it.
Oh, Suzi, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for spending an hour with me. I've absolutely enjoyed it, and learning about how to build online communities, because there's a right way and there's a wrong way, and you've explained to us the right way. So don't be a wally and do it the wrong way.
I got a mate of mine says it's it starts with W and rhymes with ship's anchor. Which I think is just awesome. So yeah, but no, if anyone's got any questions, please pop them in the comments. I can't see the comments at the moment, so I don't know if there's any comments there, but I'll go and have a look. And if you have any comments, let me know. If you want to connect with me, you know, just throw me a message. I'm normally online and love to chat to you. But Rose, thank you so much for providing this incredible platform for all of you know, these business owners, and the people that you've got over these couple of days is just the caliber of speakers that you've got in this business summit has just been amazing. So yeah, congratulations. I take my hat off to you. I think you should be very proud of what you've created, and I hope you choose to do it again.
I'm doing one in March. I've already planned. I've already got the date set and everything. So yeah, invitations will be going out soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, well, yeah, if you're watching this and you haven't been part of this one, then I would be jumping on that, because I know that your spots filled really, really quickly last time. So
they did. Within a week, they were all gone. So
yeah, absolutely get on it, guys, because things like this, you know, this is the future. Virtual is the future, and you know, yeah, no, it's a fantastic platform. So thank you for having me. It's been lovely to chat.
And you too. I'll talk to you again really soon.
Certainly will. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.